Hello, and welcome to another update video about Solana. Here on the Solana chart, we are currently in a pullback. We talked about the reasons for that. For anybody who's interested in reasons, I don't normally think that the reason in itself is really, doing it right by itself, but it can be a catalyst, especially if the right catalyst hits a certain market sentiment. But yeah, we discussed that. If you're interested in finding out more, check out the latest Solana video that I uploaded yesterday on our MCO Global channel. It takes more of a macro perspective and discussion. There's a discussion around the token unlock and everything and the long-term overview. So check it out. It's on our MCO Global channel. The link is in the description. But yeah, overall, the idea is still that this here is a wave 4 correction. $162 is support, and we could get a reaction from here. Now, we don't want to see normally in any wave 4, even not in a diagonal pattern. We don't want to see that a wave 4 goes below the 61.8 retracement at $162. Now, I cannot rule out one more low, of course, but see, we have now reached the daily RSI 30 level, which means this is a level from where normally, historically, typically a reaction has occurred. This doesn't happen very often. The last time it happened, it was the last time it happened was 2 months ago, here in December. And you can see that there are reactions regularly. So we had a reaction here, of course, here, especially here. Now, as I said, I can't rule out another low. After this oversold reading showed up in December, there was another low, a marginally lower low, basically then a bullish divergence. Happens very often, yeah, but here, for example, it didn't. So you can't rely on a divergence for a turnaround. This was in August. And so we're basically where we were in August, yeah, RSI-wise. Typically, it's quite bullish if the RSI is at the same level like some of the previous dips, but the price is higher, okay? So then we had a similar situation back in April, and I could go on. Normally, the daily RSI is a pretty good signal. Now, that doesn't mean we have to go to the moon from here, but it means there could be a substantial recovery over the coming sessions. So that's definitely something that is super interesting. And I mentioned it also in one of the recent Bitcoin videos that the daily RSI, especially on the Bitcoin chart, if that happens, and that hasn't happened yet, that can be a buy indicator. At least I treat Bitcoin that way. I don't necessarily treat Solana that way, but I'm just highlighting, look, I assume we are going to see a bounce over the coming sessions. Doesn't mean it has to happen today or tomorrow, but we are sort of in that area now, deep in support, and the RSI is pretty much oversold, yeah? Now, the RSI can go lower, absolutely, but you get what I mean. So, also, if there is another low, for example, there could be some structural support around the $155 level. Okay, that's sort of structurally. Okay, so let's take a look at the smaller time frame. Here you can see the micro count, microstructures. Here on the 4-hour time frame, you can see that from the third wave high, which formed in November, the price dipped in an A wave, then obviously recovered in a B wave, and then there is a dip in a C wave. This is a 5-wave move down, which is actually visually and technically complete. It doesn't mean the reversal has to happen, but it means we are sort of in that area. So the wave count matches very well at the moment the indicator, because the indicator, obviously the RSI, is oversold, and the wave count is also technically complete. Now, as I said, can't rule out another low, and then we might see another test of that previous swing low that I just showed you on the daily chart. But yeah, there are a few levels that we now need to be watching for. First of all, this looks a bit like a bear flag. There is no evidence a low is in. The reaction here to the last low is just a 3-wave move up. Nothing telling me that a low is in. Yes, there was a brief break above the initial resistance, but nothing substantial, and also no sustained break. So also, the rally was only in 3 waves. I've labeled it just tentatively as a 3-wave move for now, which can change. But for now, I just want to highlight we haven't got any confirmed low in place. What we want to see is next, if from a bullish point of view, that the bulls can take the price above the next resistance area, so especially above $199. and then we need to see a break above $205.30 for further confirmation. So these would be the different confirmation levels. The first real confirmation that a low is in would be a break above that wave 4 high at $205.30. Before that, the other levels are pretty unreliable here in this decline, but obviously we can observe here micro resistance and then $181.65, 187, 194, and 199. But really important is going to be this one. That can happen quite quickly, given, if suddenly sentiment shifts, and just all it needs is a sentiment shift, and let's say a chart that's oversold can then recover quite quickly. So that's how I track at the moment Solana. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.